Hi, my name is Azwa, and I am going to be demonstrating how to make a tasbih. So each participant or family will receive one baggie with all their materials for the tasbih making. This will include a string, and there will be round gold beads for the ends of the tasbih. The main colored beads, there will be 35 of those, and divider beads. So the string is longer than you need it to be, actually, and that's because you may need to cut the string at times if it becomes frayed, and that happens when you are trying to fit through so many beads. It just becomes fuzzy at the ends, and so you will need to cut it at times. But just to start off, you'll put through 11 colored beads. And you want to make sure that it is in fact 11 beads. And after you do that, you will take a divider bead, which are most of them are pretty flat. There are different designs. In this box you can see all the different ones, but they will be smaller than the main colored beads. You'll just stick one through. And after that one, you will put another set of 11 colored beads. And at this point, you will notice that it becomes a bit harder to put the beads through, and it's because the string is becoming frayed at the end. It was easier, much easier before. So if you need to, you can cut it. And there you can see it's much blunter at the end, and so it'll be easier to put the bead through. And you want to make sure again that you have 11 colored beads after that divider bead. And next you will put your second divider bead in. And after that, you will put your last set of 11 beads. After that, you will have 2 beads left over, and you'll see what we will do with those at the end. And it's best to try not to touch the end of the thread just because it makes it easier to ensure that it is remaining blunt. Okay, we're almost done with the main section. Now we will be putting through the round gold beads, but before that you need to tie the two ends. Make it as tight as possible, but not too tight. You want to make it tight enough to where you can still move the beads around, but not too much. So here you can see I will tighten it a bit more. And then I put through the gold round bead through both ends of the string. And the holes in these round gold beads are pretty big, and so you can fit the two ends through pretty easily. Okay, there you go. So now we have two of those beads in place. You just want to make sure, again, before we secure everything, that everything is tight. And what we'll do is make a knot after those two gold beads so that we can make sure nothing moves around. And you can knot it together just like this. Just loop through. There we go. And you want to make it as tight as possible. Okay, now we are almost done. Now you want to put one colored bead on each end. So there's one for one end, and then there's the other for the other end. And now we will tie both ends so that those beads don't fall off. And these two beads will just dangle off the Tasbih. And you want to make sure that you tie it at the same spot on both ends, just so everything's even. Make sure it's tight, and then after that, we will cut just past that knot. There we go. There is our tasbih. There's just enough space to move the beads around, and it should be pretty secure. We've made multiple knots. Okay, that is it.